Hey Desiree, and thank you so much for getting this reading. I hope you had an incredible new year. Now, let's look into what you are asking about and see what comes up. So, your first question is in regard to the man that you've been connected to. You want to know if there's any hope there, or if it's something that's just completely done. So, let's get into his head a bit, see what he's viewing the relationship as. Um, and where his head is at. And then we'll see. I'll give you some cards of advice on whether it's something you should move forward with or not. Okay. All right. How does this man feel about Desiree? How does this man feel about Desiree? Okay. Um, Off bat, from what I see, and I'm definitely going to, I really like to dissect every card and really get a full story here, but um, he may have someone elsewhere. Okay, just off the bat from what I see, because I see a lot of conflicting and restrictive energies on his end, and then possibly someone else that may be in the picture, a new relationship or something new that he's starting that he finds to be emotionally gratifying. Um, Now, his energy towards you is the Queen of Cups. Okay, so with the Queen of Cups, this is going to be someone who's very loving, who's very tender, but who has lost faith in a situation, although they're still not 100%, over it, and they still have that emotional investment in you, but he feels that there should be a fallout and that he should stop, putting any effort because it would cause conflict between other people involved. Because when you see the Five of Wands, it talks about conflict, but it's a card where there's conflict with more than two people involved. Okay, so it's going to be at least three more people here. And with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like he's kind of at a standstill right now, when it comes to you. I'm sorry, I ate something super hot before doing this, and now my nose is running. So, what he's telling you is the Judgment card in the reverse, okay? That this thing is bad judgment, that it's really not something, he thinks is a good idea. And when you see the Judgment card, it's someone who really just takes a step back at that point, and they really just have to make a final call. It's like that, that hard decision you got to make. We have the King of Pentacles, where right now he could be focused, on his money, on his stability, and, he just thinks that moving forward, it wouldn't be helpful to him. With the Moon card in the reverse, it's it's close to the Judgment card, because this is a card where, again, you're really just taking a step back, and you're looking at the situation as a whole, and it's like a clarity that you get with the Moon card in the reverse. So when this card, when this pops up, you've really looked at it from all angles. There's kind of that epiphany, that aha moment, and knowing which way you have to go. And he feels like in order to have balance, he's going to have to take the loss here, okay, in terms of you and him. Now, what's in his thoughts towards you is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So this is when things don't go the way that we may have necessarily wanted things to go. All right, and we have the Two of Swords in the reverse. So he does, he feels that things took a bad turn, okay, between the two of you. And with the Two of Swords, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, or you and someone else, okay? He has to make a choice between two things. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. He thinks that putting in any sort of effort here is going to be a waste of time. Now, how he feels deep down inside is the World card in the reverse. Just like the Death card in the reverse that popped up before, he's still emotionally invested to a certain extent, and he still feels strongly about you, okay? And it's not something that he's willing to let go of right at this moment, okay? Knight of Cups. This is someone who actively shows love. So it's like he's not over it. He's actively showing love, could be loving towards you. Maybe you guys are, intimate. But with the Two of Cups in the reverse, he feels that he should let this thing go and stop talking to you in order to stabilize himself. Now, how he's walking his talk within his environment, we have the Queen of Swords, in the reverse. With the Queen of Swords in the reverse, this is going to be someone who takes a situation that's bad to begin with, okay, and they're going to make it much worse. It's like someone who adds fuel to the fire, somebody who is extremely guarded, and just ready to take shots at people, Page of Swords. So I feel like right now you guys are having very, very direct communication, whether it's something pleasant or not. Because the Page of Swords is going to verbalize whatever it is that needs to be verbalized, whether it's something easy to talk about or not to talk about. And with the Fool card in the verse, it's like he's verbalizing to you that he doesn't think that this is a good idea. Anytime we follow the path of the Fool card in the verse, we end up bumping into consequences, roadblocks, problems. It's just not something that's, recommended to go, to go that path. Now, his external influences, and this is going to be something you don't necessarily have any power or control over. We have the Ace of Cups. So with the Ace of Cups, this is where I said, he could be having a new start with somebody else, especially with the Two of Swords here, where he has to choose between two people or two things or just two different, concepts. So let's see what this is about. Let's see what it is that he's starting. The Star card. Whatever it is that he's starting is something that he's been wishing for. Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay. So, yeah, sweetie. I do see it. I mean, there's definitely, if he started a new job or something like that, then, that could totally be it. But if there's no new job or no new change in house or anything like that that you're aware of, but like, something that's a huge milestone for him, then it's definitely somebody else, because it's showing that he's having a new start that really emotionally gratifies him. It's something that he's been wishing for. And with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, that's kind of where it could pertain to you, because this is someone who had a lot of options. And this is the option that they chose. Okay. Now, how he's going to feel towards you in the next 6 to 8 weeks is the Eight of Swords. So he's still going to feel, stuck in terms of this relationship. Stuck on thinking of you. Really just in his head. Possibly, just thinking the worst of everything. And we have the Sun card. So with the Sun card, this is when we bring light to things that have been in the dark. Okay? Or it could be something really good and warm, that comes into our lives. But, the Sun, when it comes into play, there's realizations that happen. There's things that are figured out. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse, where he took a time of thinking and of really trying to see what it was he wanted to do. But with the Nine of Wands in the reverse, he lets it go. Okay? He feels so frustrated to the point that, he just doesn't want to deal with it. When you have the Nine of Wands, with this card, it's that point where you feel so much pressure where you're literally either about to hit a breakthrough and get what it is that you want, or you quit at that point. Okay? So when it's in the reverse, this is just giving up, quitting, dropping whatever it was that you were putting a lot of time and investment into. All right, so let's get you some cards of advice here. Give me 3 cards of advice for Desiree in reference to this man. Yep, let it go. Reject him. All right. Be on your own right now. The Hermit is somebody who goes into kind of a place of solitude. because there's manipulation here and there's secrets. Okay, he's not telling you the truth about things. Yeah, it's showing that if you talk to him, things would be unstable because there's illusions here. It's like there's a smoke screen in front of you. And this is a card, or, you know, one of the cards that I felt I was going to see eventually when it came to him. King of Wands in reverse. Somebody who's holding on to more than one person. Okay? And it will cause you a loss if you were to try and work on this. Okay? So definitely not a direction that you want to go in. Now, let's look into your future. Usually I do a spread. It's, you know, the spread, when will you find love? And I look into the next 9 months. But I don't want to limit this just to 9 months. Okay, I want to see, you know, because what if you meet them on the 10th month? So I'm going to look into, just pull some cards, see when this new love is going to come in, and try to give you as much information about this person as possible so that you could find them, you know, needle in the haystack. And how many months will Desiree find true, good, wholesome, healthy love? How many months? Oop. Okay. So everything is going to be occurring within an 8 to 10 month mark. Now, when you meet this person, you're going to be extremely guarded towards them and very conflicted about someone that you had to leave behind, a breakup or a fallout that you had. So this guy that you're talking to, maybe you extend it, or maybe there's someone that you find in the meantime that's not good for you. But when you meet this person, you're going to be, I don't want to say newly single, because you don't necessarily have to be in a relationship, but you're going to be falling out of a partnership, or falling away from somebody that you're talking to at that time. So you'll be newly single, or just newly, you know, just back on the market again and not talking to anyone in particular. But again, you're going to feel conflicted. You're going to feel very, very guarded. Now, in terms of the person that's coming in, right now, I'm seeing a slightly younger air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Okay? But it's really showing that you're really going to feel a loss, you know, before they come in. And you may think that it's a bad idea to move forward because you want to stabilize yourself and you're still not over the past. But whatever the past had, you know, it was something that was just very unstable for you. Okay, something that I see was hard for you to really let go of. But this person is going to take you out of that place of loss, that place of rejection, at a time where you feel overly emotional with everything that's going on due to a third-party situation. Okay, so you're going to be coming out of something that really may feel, you know, heavy for you. But this person is going to be there to pick you up. And this will be occurring, you know, within that 8 to 10 month mark. Alright, so give me as much information as possible about this good, wholesome, healthy love that's coming in for Desiree. Give me as much information as possible here. Just the 3 cards. I'll clarify if needed. Yeah, it's definitely going to be an air sign. Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. The reason why I'm laughing is because you're gonna think they're crazy. You're gonna think they're reckless. But I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just because this person is literally gonna come out of the blue. Okay, they're gonna come out of nowhere. You're not gonna see it coming. And when they do, they're going to see the fallout that you're having. Okay, and they're going to tell you, look, let's do this. It's a good idea. And you're gonna look at them like they're insane. Okay, but they're really somebody who's gonna make you feel stable and really make you cut out any of the bullshit and conflict that you were enduring before that. With the Ace of Wands, it's going to be something very, very passionate. But at first, you're not. It's like you're going to be hesitant towards this person. With the Page of Cups in the reverse, this is going to be someone that you're gonna think they're reckless. You're gonna think that what they're telling you is just straight bullshit. Okay, but it's showing you that they're going to make you extremely happy right after a time where you're extremely or feeling extremely unstable and heartbroken. Now, I know that I said, you'd be falling out of something at the time that they come in. With the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, it's telling me that it's someone that you've been dealing with for a while. So it could still be the same person that, we were just talking about. Because with the Queen of Pentacles, she's the hardest queen to get into the reverse, only because she's so patient, okay, and she can endure quite a bit. And when she's in the reverse, she's pissed off because there's something that she put so much time and effort into, and even with her being the most patient character in the deck, even her, she's just pissed off about it because she just lost her patience. So I feel like it might be the same person that we were talking about, in the first half of this video, simply because it'll be something that you have invested a lot of time into that you're letting go of. So, yeah, there is going to be heartbreak there. There's a third-party situation. They have a third party now, the first person we spoke about. But this is when that person is going to come in. And they're going to be, like I said, they're going to be younger. Okay. And yeah, they're going to give you this new start. They're going to cut out any of the bullshit, and you're going to decide to go with them, although you feel conflicted within yourself. But they are going to bring you balance. It's going to be something that intuitively is going to be a good thing. All right? You might be hesitant on taking it, or, just unsure of, if they're real or not, but it'll be good for you. Definitely, if you remember, in 9 or 10 months, shoot me an email if this person comes in. Because that'll be super interesting just to follow up on. I'll give you some advice on love right now. Give me 3 cards of advice for Desiree in reference to her love life. Okay. Get out of your head. Get out of this place where you feel like you've been stagnant and that you haven't been making any, good movement forward. Because you have a situation right now that you're really in your head about, where you may be losing sleep at night, where you may be extra anxious, where you're just, you think too much, okay? It could be a situation or a person that, most of the time you're kind of like creating your own stories in your own head because of how they make you feel, okay? Just thinking the worst. And with the Six of Swords, yes, it's something that you're emotionally invested in, and it's not going to be easy for you to move away, but that's really what the cards are recommending, because it's just not something that's going to last long term. Okay, definitely have to let somebody go. Yeah, it's showing that in order to stabilize yourself, you have to drop it. Okay, with the Ace of Wands in the reverse, and that would be considered, a victory on your part. Let me give you 3 final cards, and let's see what the cards want to show. Yes, sweetie. It's going to be too burdening. You have to really guard yourself because this person is seeing somebody else. Okay? So, yeah, definitely not an energy that you're going to want around you. The strong connection that you have, you're literally dancing with the devil. All right, sweetie? So you know what you have to do. All right? So be strong because nobody is more important than, your own mental health and stability and happiness. Okay, sweetie? So I hope you go into this new year with, a lot of inspiration for the future. Okay? But I see very good things coming. But there's a lot that I feel that you can avoid just with knowing, what certain people are up to. All right, sweetie? Good luck, and hopefully we speak soon. Take care.